Let's hit this verse. Acts 13, verse 36. It says, "For David, after he had served the purpose of God in his own generation, fell asleep and was laid with his fathers and saw corruption." One sentence about David. Let me break that down into two sentences to clarify it. David served the purpose of God in his own generation, and then he died. It just doesn't sound too glorious, does it? David, the giant killer, the king, the psalm writer, the poet, the guy whose life included enough drama that you could have made a mini series about it that would last 12 seasons. If anybody could have had a long, complicated summary attached to his name, it would have been David. Instead, he got one sentence. Sometimes I think we get overwhelmed because we spend so much time worrying about things that are not actually our assignment. We worry about fixing the entire world, solving every problem, winning every argument on social media, and convincing everybody that they need to agree with us and we're right. Meanwhile, God's most likely saying, "Look, I gave you today's assignment. How about you start there?" David wasn't asked to serve God's purpose in Abraham's generation or Noah's generation or Moses' generation or even in our generation. He was asked to serve God's purpose where he was and when he was. And he did it. Now, that may not sound exciting to you, but think about it. Every generation's got its own share of problems, wars and famines and political messes. Humanity is remarkably consistent in all of those things. Yet through every generation, God's called ordinary people like me and you to be faithful right where they are. Some people are called to lead nations. Some are called to raise children. Some are called to teach. Some are called to drive a school bus. Some are called to build things. Some are called to encourage people. Some are called to quietly serve behind the scenes where almost nobody notices. The point is that everyone has a job. Not the same job, but everyone's got a job. You don't have to be famous, and you don't have to have millions of followers. You don't have to be an influencer. You simply got to be faithful with what God has placed in front of you. And at the end of the day, the goal is not for people to look back and say, "Boy, he was important," because when they do, that removes the glory from the one that needs to receive the glory. The goal is for heaven to look at a life and say, they served the purpose God had for them in their generation. And honestly, if that can be said about a person, that's a powerful enough legacy.